The mid-cycle refresh is a rite of passage for any vehicle. It can be as simple as a new grille and some trim. Porsche has gone much further with the 2024 Cayenne, or as it's internally known, the E32. Sure, it gets a whole new front end with headlight edges raised just enough to offer better sightlines to the driver, and tail lamps get a structural 3D look. But it also gets more power and a completely redone cabin with a significant upgrade in tech. The layout is inspired by 911 and Taycan. I'm at an event in Los Angeles, California to check it out.
A base Cayenne starts at around $82,000. With shipping, that's a little bit more expensive than last year's model, but actually a little cheaper because there's a lot more standard kit. I'm focusing on the Performance S model. Its price spiral starts at around 98 grand, as tested about 175, though really the sweet spot, about 135 grand.
That's a guesstimate because even though I have an equipment list that's as long as a giraffe's neck, impressive, huh? The cars are German spec and will be returning to the mother country. The updated Cayenne will first hit the US market with 3 engines. The base is a 3-liter single-turbo V6 making 348 horsepower. The E-hybrid model uses that 6 paired to a new, more powerful electric motor for a total of 463 horses. And then there's the motor I'm driving, a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that replaces the turbo V6 in the E31 Cayenne S, making 468 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque in the S. It sings a musical note that only 8 cylinders can. And if that's not good enough for you, scrolling through the drive modes, offers up a deep voice Elizabeth Holmes can only dream of. This engine makes an extra 34 horsepower and 37 pound-feet over the outgoing V6. All Cayennes shift with an 8-speed Tiptronic gearbox. The selector is lifted straight from the Taycan. It feels like hardware. Manual cog swaps are done here. A new standard 2-valve Porsche Active Suspension Management Suspension, aka Adaptive Suspension, is normally teamed with steel springs. My tester rides on the optional air suspension, also new with 2-valve and 2-chamber technology. Cayenne is strictly all-wheel drive. At least for now, this model can't be had with these carbon ceramic discs in the US.
The S in Cayenne S doesn't stand for slow or slouch. 0 to 60 spools up in 4.5 seconds. Impressive. And it sounds really good doing it. Gotta love the sound of a V8.
Straight-line performance is all well and good, but Porsches are about driving dynamics. Okay, for some status, but the Cayenne can corner.
With the new suspension, the ride quality is both more comfortable and more sporty. You can dial in pretty much anything you want. If you want to carve up a canyon road, this thing will do it. It really will.
As equipped with Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control to reduce roll and Porsche Torque Vectoring Plus, Cayenne S slays the canyon roads above Malibu. Even lacking that kit, I'll wager the performance limits are well above what anyone should explore on public roads. For example, top speed is 169 miles an hour.
There are some people that still hate on the Cayenne because it's a Porsche SUV, and I don't understand that. For one thing, the profits that Porsche makes on this go into making better sports cars. And this thing handles incredibly well. It really, truly is amazing. Really earns the Porsche badge.
Back to sound, the twin-turbo V8 can be surprisingly hushed when cruising, but barks nicely when you want, and it's not so loud that the neighbors will curse the day you brought it home. And to think that these 2 extra cylinders are part of a mid-cycle refresh.
Shifts are smooth and quick, and you got to remember that this is not the PDK, it's not a dual clutch, it's Tiptronic. Porsche says that it's better for towing and for off-roading. And yes, the Cayenne can do both. This will tow 7,700 pounds.
That goes for all Cayenne models in case you want to haul stuff with a powertrain that's less thirsty, though they all drink premium fuel, which adds to the ownership cost. There are no EPA fuel economy figures yet. I'll guesstimate an average of 18 miles per gallon.
Not the best fuel economy numbers. What do you expect? It's a twin-turbo V8. You know, if you want efficiency, go with the e-hybrid.
It's also more expensive, but the average yearly income of Cayenne owners is around $400,000, so money really shouldn't be an issue.
Here's a fun fact. I was talking to the Porsche rep about whether or not these ever see a track, and he said more than you might imagine because, you know, these things can tow, right? 7,700 pounds. And he says a lot of owners will tow their GT3s to the course, and then if they have any time left, they'll take these out onto the track. Learn how it really drives, right? Smart. Nice lifestyle if you can live it.
A large part of the estimated $175,000 price tag can be found in this cabin's customization. Optional neodyme trim, embossed headrests, and seat belts that are color matched to the heated and vented night green leather seats make it easy to push the price tag higher by $10,000 or more. The emerald shade is lovely, by the way, highly recommended. And everything that fingers touch feels expensive, even the lined door pockets. Stuff won't rattle in here. The big news is the completely revamped Porsche user experience, what you and I would call an interface. Porsche's Calvin Kim offers up a tour.
We went to great lengths to basically make an all-new car. Yeah, it has the general look and feel from the outside, but on the inside, yeah, as you can see, it's taken a lot of cues from its Taycan and 911 siblings. 911 steering wheel, Taycan layout.
No hood.
No hood. Curved display, screens, but still retaining some of the traditional analog controls. When the Taycan came out, it had a whole new architecture on the back end, and instead of just kind of plodding along and having the Cayenne off on its own, it was better for us to bring it on board the digital future, if you will. And you know, if you're going to change the back end of the car, the software controls of the car, you might as well go all the way. From a functional perspective, there's just, number one, obviously a lot more screens, some more physical controls, but the logical layout of how to access those controls, I think, for the driver will be the number one biggest change. For example, the lane keep assist system in the current / previous car, you could turn that on and off through a menu, but now in this car, again, even though there's more screens than ever before, you can still activate or deactivate lane keep assist directly from the control stock, giving drivers that direct connection to the controls that we feel are necessary on a day-to-day basis.
And this screen here,
Yes.
I can't see anything.
When we launched Taycan, that was the first car from Porsche to have a passenger screen. And we got a lot of questions going, hey, what's the point of this? But what's the passenger going to use it for? Well, as passengers have used the screen and started to get acclimated to having it, now our customers are saying, I need more cars with it. You can do a lot of things with it. For example, here we're looking at the digital cockpit. I don't even know if you can see it or not.
I can't at all. It looks like a black panel.
Yeah, and that's so that the passenger can now watch streaming video while the vehicle is in operation without distracting the driver unnecessarily. Right now the screen is on the cockpit screen, which shows our G-forces, our direction, speed, what mode, drive mode that we're in. But you know, I can easily change the audio system and be the DJ for the drive. I can navigate for you or take and receive phone calls on your behalf. And so it's really nice to be able to offload some of the secondary control functions to your passenger, and so that you as the driver can focus on driving.
Okay, I'm gonna have to believe you. I literally can't see anything. And you have more physical controls down here. Is that something owners have asked for?
Yeah, you know, a car like the Taycan with full digital everything, the Cayenne is, you know, our demographics data show the Cayenne is definitely more towards the family perspective. And I don't want to say that they're resistant to change, but their philosophy is more, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so we kind of took that idea and ran with it. So there are switches for the features that drivers and passengers use the most, like temperature, fan speed, and AC setting, basically. But we put some of the other controls on the haptic side around those switches to still give people a tactical way to interface with the car. So even if you're just, turning on the seat heater, you can kind of still feel where it is based on where the switches are and turn on and off the seat heater accordingly. Integrated Spotify, integrated Apple Music, wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. We have a new 15-watt induction charger that's air conditioned, so even your phone gets air conditioning.
15 watts and air conditioned?
Yeah.
It's the Porsche of phone chargers.
You said it, not me.
Yeah.
This German spec model can't connect to North American services. It might look complicated, but from what I can use, the setup seems surprisingly easy to figure out. And a music tip, there's available high-end Burmester sound, but I find the Bose system impressive enough, with rich, punchy, and accurate performance.
Cayenne's back seat has always been spacious. Nothing changes there. I'm 5'9". I have that much headroom. Very generous. Same with knee, leg, and foot room. The cushions are very comfortable with great thigh support. There's door pockets. There's pockets on both seat backs. Yay. Dual zone climate control? Yes. Plus, heated seats, vented seats, all sorts of ways to charge up your electronics. People should be happy back here. Now, there's even a little bit of storage here. My only gripe, this, a little bit on the big side. That'll cut into the middle passenger's footroom. Oh, forgot to show you. Maximum cargo room, maximum leg room. 3 adults will be just fine going across town back here, and 2 adults will be happy road tripping.
Quickly touching on design, I suspect only the Porsche faithful will instantly see this as the 2024 E32 model from the exterior, even with all the changes. It remains a handsome machine. The brand's industrial design approach is second to none. The clean lines are deceptively complex, balanced, and satisfying to the eye. It looks great from every angle. And if the traditional SUV roofline is too trucky for you, the fastback coupe silhouette is available on all models. A third of all Cayennes get ordered that way. It only eliminates a couple cubic feet of storage.
I know you all like the TP trunk test, but on events, I just don't have time. And I'm not going to bring it on the plane. I mean, imagine the looks and the cost of bringing it.
Extra room here? Yes, maybe even room for a spare. The air suspension can be lowered from here for loading, storage, and bag hooks too, but no remote seat back releases to be found. Dropping the chairs means opening the back doors. Once down, Cayenne has 60 cubic feet to fill. Not bad, certainly better than a 911. And there's the flexibility of hauling long things, making this rig especially versatile. With all of the seats used, the cargo area has nearly 27 cubic feet of space. If I were using my usual measuring metric, that would be an estimated 8 packs. You're gonna have to settle for my camera bag and backpack. With very limited time with the Cayenne S, I'm still gonna do red light, green light. Green lights. The mid-cycle changes are significant. It's not just some cosmetic pieces. The driving dynamics of this useful mid-sized SUV are truly Porsche grade, plus the ride quality ranging from comfort to sport is impressive. The upgraded tech inside is the kind of improvement you'd find in an all-new generation of vehicle. Yellow lights? The ability to customize a Porsche millions of ways is a godsend for some, a nightmare for the indecisive. Twin-turbo V8 power and sonics are highly desirable. The fuel economy, or lack of, isn't. There's solid cargo space. A vehicle this expensive should have remote seat releases. Red lights, the usual Porsche stuff. Mere mortals like myself will have a tough time justifying the price. Adding desirable options sends the price into orbit, and even if you have the funds to order the Cayenne of your dreams, demand for Porsche products are high, supply is low. Nice problem to have. This might be worth the wait if your current Cayenne is holding up. Owners are loyal to the model, but there's a wide range of choices in the luxury segment, like Acura MDX Type S, Audi SQ7, BMW X7 M60i or XM, Genesis GV80, or the Mercedes AMG GLE 53.
So at the end of the day, if you can only have one car and you have a family and you can afford it, the Cayenne S is not a bad choice. I mean, it's got everything in one package. Practicality, drivability, just loads of fun.
There are significant improvements to this vehicle. It's not just change for change's sake. This mid-cycle refresh is far from mid-pack. The 2024 Porsche Cayenne is a premium SUV at a premium price. We should expect no less. Porsche makes no secret that it's electrifying its lineup. Macan will get the EV treatment first, followed by a two-seat sports car, then the Cayenne, which will still be sold in gas and plug-in variants.
At this event, I'm working on my own. I can't shoot running footage. That's why I used Porsche's handout stuff. And if it doesn't quite match up, it's because they shot it in Joshua Tree, and I'm in Los Angeles. Hey, I do what I can.
I need to point out that this is an event, but I'm always objective. I think you all know that. I need to attend them to get to vehicles that you want to see. Like all of these trips, Porsche put me up and fed me, mostly. With limited time, I didn't have time for lunch, and I forgot to bring snacks. Dinner was In-N-Out Burger. That's my glamorous life.
Before I go, the Cayennes that Porsche brought to the event are German spec. They're not legal to stay in the United States. They're going to be going back to Deutschland. Here's something interesting. This is a feature that we would really like in the land of the free, home of the brave. Isn't that cool? I mean, it could be $10,000. This is a Porsche. We cannot get this in the United States. It just simply isn't legal. The government says no. I don't know why. Write your representative, write your senator, okay? That's pretty cool. Remember to subscribe to this channel, click notifications, follow me on social media, and if you have a question, leave it in the comments. I'll try to get to it. That I can't answer, unfortunately. I don't know why. Uncle Sam won't let us have that. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.